Welcome back, everybody, to the Baltimore Ravens franchise. We are in week number 6 here, and it's our bye week. So we're going to do a number of things during this bye week. Try to negotiate some more contracts, scout some players depending what positions we need going forward. We'll take a look at the expiring contracts and the rest of the positions just to see maybe what we should scout going forward. Also, we're going to take a look around the league, standing statistics, things like that. So we'll get into it here in the bye week. This should be a pretty relatively short one. First, let's get into some negotiation, some contracts. We have some guys here. So Tariq Cohen obviously sitting there, but we're going to wait on the Alvin Kamara situation just to see what we need to do there. Marshall Yanda, not sure if we're going to bring him back. With the age, he'll drop even more. Sam Cook, I think, as a punter, perfectly fine. So I think a one-year deal. We'll just give him what he wants, and it's not what he wants. He wants more of a salary, so interesting one there. Patrick Robinson, I really do like. I think he's been a pleasant surprise. He's been outstanding, really, so I think we try to bring back Patrick Robinson. I'm fine with that one-year deal. That's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we'll just offer him the base of what he wants. Same thing with Cook. Hopefully he takes it, unlike Sam Cook. And he does not. He wants more money, it looks like, so that's interesting. So we will go down to the salaries here, and let's just take a quick look throughout the roster to maybe guys on the rest of the 1 year or 2 year deals. We can go through to the quarterbacks here first. We'll just go through every position. Lamar Jackson's got 2 years left. We're good there. Obviously, running back, we'll have to take a look at the Kamara deal here coming up soon. Receiver, we're good. I don't think we really need to look in the draft really there. Tight end, maybe with the production, but still I think we're fine. Left guard, we're fine. Center with Brett Nealon, we're fine there. Right guard is where we're going to have to look for scouting for sure. That may be the top priority. Maybe right tackle as well with Orlando Brown. Really hasn't progressed that much. We might have to look at something there. Defensively, I think we're really good. The ends were good. Defensive tackles were perfectly, no problems there. Left outside linebacker, not really anything needed there. Middle linebacker, same thing. Maybe right outside linebacker, maybe just another linebacker or two to fit this team. Corners, I mean, we're actually sitting very well. I like everybody there. Obviously, Henderson, the rookie. Same thing with free safety. Maybe it may have backup or two, but really, if you're looking at it right now, we really don't need to draft a whole lot. This team looks very good. So just guys here and there, just draft out of need as we go to the Saints and see. And Kamara has signed a deal. A little bit disappointing. So he signed a 6-year deal, so he is gone. I've taken a look throughout the rest of the league. Same guys like Christian McCaffrey, things like that possibly could have been free agents. They've signed deals. So that means we're going to have to sign Tariq Cohen here to a deal for sure. We want to bring him back. Don't want to lose him. So I think he just wanted a little bit more salary last time. I think that was his main complaint. So we'll just give him the years he wants, up the salary and bonus, and we'll offer this contract to Tariq Cohen. And he does not like it. He wants to test free agency. He does not want to be here. Unbelievable. Wow. So Tariq Cohen wants out for some reason. I don't know. He didn't like the contract, but he wants out of here definitely. He's going to hit free agency. So now we go into scouting here. We're going to have to look at some running backs. Wow. Usually when they try that free agency, they do not want to re-sign with you for some apparent reason. So looking at running backs here, Denard Chester, out of Villanova looks okay. Darian Colston. Obviously, we would have to wait on these guys with the combine report, but just guys we can look at to fit the scheme. Just totally stunned by that decision by Cohen. We look at right guard. You can see not the greatest top talent there. I don't like the C+ in the blocking. This is Ryan Medina, looks a little bit better as a 3rd round grade, the guy out of Houston. So that may be more we're looking at. And, we don't have to spend a top draft pick. He's a 3rd round talent. Maybe we take him late 2nd. As Lefty Hampton is another guy who's projected in the 4th. So maybe we can wait back and, wait on somebody like that and take them later on. And I think right now there's a couple guys. So that's good to see. There's guys there to take. Right tackle, we have yet to scout. Obviously, don't have the scouting points for this week, but we can do it right going forward. Maybe take somebody early just to compete with Orlando Brown. But as you can see, only a few guys there that fit our scheme. But hopefully we'll see how they turn out. And this is an interesting one. I saw in the story, Sandy Barr is a corner from Ohio State. His dad was an Olympic sprinter. They said he has just the amount of speed as his dad. So I don't think we're going to draft him because we don't really need corner, but it should be interesting to see what kind of speed and where he ends up. It's going to be an interesting story there in the draft. As we head to these standings, we are obviously 5-0. Steelers 3-1. Team we take on next week won 3 straight games, but I don't think they're coming off a bye, so we'll have to see how their record changes going into next week. Texans leading that division at 4-0. The Titans and Colts, the teams we just saw, not looking too good. The Jets with Drew Brees, not Sam Darnold, Drew Brees are 4-0. The Patriots with Phillip Rivers 3-1, so interesting things going there in that division. Raiders at 3-2, Chargers 1-3-1. And the Chiefs, the most disappointing team, I think, right now in the NFL with that offense, Mahomes and Le'Veon Bell, only scoring 65 points in 5 games, 0-5. Interesting right there. Lions at 4-1, Packers 3-2, Vikings and Bears maybe a little bit disappointing as well. They won 2 straight each to get back to that 2-3. I know we're early on, but we'll see how things progress in the season. Falcons 4-1, Panthers 3-2, Saints 3-2, Bucks 2-1. So still close in the NFC South. The East, Eagles dominating. Look at that. Look at that point differential, almost 100. 5-0 on the season. Cowboys 3-1. Redskins 3-1. Sorry, Cowboys 3-2. Giants at 2-3, and the Rams 2-3. A little bit of a disappointing team there. The defending champs, Cardinals at 2-3, and the Seahawks and 49ers just look awful. Seahawks have allowed 146 points. Ay, not good. So you can take a look. We have actually the number 1 offense, second-ranked defense right now. Number 1 in points scored. Now, granted, this is with a little bit of a grain of salt, in my opinion, because we have not really had the toughest schedule here so far. It's been pretty easy. The teams we have faced have not been good. I mean, I'd have to look at the combined record, but just going into the Colts and Titans, they were winless. So the last 2 teams we faced have been winless. That's, that's pretty easy, and they were home games. So, I know no game in the NFL is really easy, but when you have those type of games and teams that aren't good, and we have a very, no doubt about it, we have a very good team no matter what. But when we come across those teams, it's not even going to be really a contest. As we're going around to the rest of the stats here, Paris Campbell right now leading in touchdowns with 5 with Samuel. Obviously, that 3-touchdown game that Samuel had early in the season is really going to help out. Hayden Hurst yet to have a touchdown, so we got to really kind of get him going. Torrey Smith has been a surprise with the 3 touchdowns. Yeah, Andrews, and we might have to deduct Torrey Smith a little bit, and Willie Snead when he has 1 catch. We're not really getting him involved to get Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst going, so we'll have to, work on that. I'd like to have them get going as well, to have even more of the most well-balanced offense we can get. Going through tackles here, actually Tony Jefferson is the one leading in tackles at the moment. Sacks, we don't have really anybody high. You see Willie Henry with 2, Mosley with 2, but look how many guys have a sack on this team. So we're getting pressure from everywhere. That's fantastic to me. It's not just coming from one guy, it's everywhere. Same with interceptions. Look how many guys have 1 interception. It's a lot, so that's good to see that a lot of guys are contributing to this defense. So Andrew Luck is leading the league in pass yards, just about 1,500. You see Tyrod Taylor with 3, interesting. Trubisky there, Drew Lock now the new quarterback in Los Angeles there. Rodgers obviously still doing it. Cam Newton down there, Wentz, Stafford. Anybody surprised you? Not really. As we go to touchdowns, we are tied for the league with Carson Wentz with 17 touchdowns. Wentz only having the 1 interception, though, so that helps him out. But still, we're up there with Lamar Jackson. Haven't really got a lot of rush touchdowns, I have to say. It just seems like when we get near the red zone area, no matter what, you see Nick Foles is the quarterback of the Saints. No matter what, it seems like we have to pass. The run game has been a little bit inconsistent down there, and we're relying on the pass to get those red zone scores, as Tariq Cohen right now does lead the league in yards by 1 over Le'Veon Bell, Jaye up there, Gurley, Johnson, Kamara Gordon, Saquon Barkley is up there, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette. Not a really whole lot of surprise. Jordan Howard, Joe Mixon, guys you would expect to be up there. There's Rodney Anderson from the Browns. Devontae Freeman, Kerryon Higdon, the Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, who I think we played Denver in about 3 weeks from now, so we'll see him. Derrick Henry, who ended up going to the Jets. Let's take a look at touchdowns. Justice Hill out of Oklahoma State leads. Jonathan Taylor, the rookie out of Wisconsin, he's up there with 5. John Kelly, 5. They really, I think they do need to fix some of the stats here, obviously, with Simi, because some of these backup running backs should not even be close to the touchdown numbers they get in Madden. It's kind of crazy sometimes. As we go to the receiver, and what's new? Green Bay Packers leading the league in receptions. That's nothing new. That's all I see all the time. So Green Bay Packer leads in receptions. A lot of tight ends up there as well. There's KJ Hill, who we will see here, the rookie out of Ohio State now with no Antonio Brown in Carolina. So need some. I give Pittsburgh some credit. They always seem to pick receivers that are outstanding. They know how to draft receivers. So no matter who they come up with, it's always going to be interesting to see Brown having a pretty good year so far. 6 touchdowns. Up there in yards, he's number 3, so he is thriving with Cam Newton, and Cam Newton finally has himself a prime receiver he can go to. That's Campbell, and you see Deebo Samuel right there in touchdowns, so that's good to see. Good to see those guys progress here. In their second year, they've stepped up. They looked a lot better. Really, I'm glad we ended up getting rid of Josh Gordon, because I'm glad those guys can step in, and they've been really outstanding. As you see, go through tackles. Tony Jefferson just off the lead by 1. Let's see anybody different there. We'll go to sacks here. It's Melvin Ingram with 6, and of course the guy we let go, Matthew Judon, with 4.5. Zettel there with 4.5. Khalil Mack with 4. Donald with 4. Daniil Hunter with 4. Nick Bosa with 3.5. Von Miller with 3.5. Garrett. So a bunch of familiar names there. Nothing really different there. As we go to see the league leader in interceptions, Zach Cunningham with 3. Jackson with 3, and a bunch of guys there with 2. Wade Jenkins. So that is pretty much the statistics going forward. So as I was thinking about it, Tariq Cohen, you don't want to be here. You don't want to sign. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to explore trade options to bring in somebody that wants to be here. If Tariq Cohen does not want to sign a contract, you're not going to, retain him. Why not try to trade him away? We're right before the trade deadline. The NFL nowadays makes some crazy trades, and this is the crazy trade we're going to try here. So Cohen, Devin Bush, Isaiah Buggs for Saquon Barkley, Nate Solder, and a 7th-round pick. And now we're going to go through this trade here to see why it does actually make sense here if we can get this deal done. So Giants obviously a struggling team. 2-3. They haven't made the playoffs in this franchise so far, and going back, they haven't made anything. So you can see they need a middle linebacker badly. Devin Bush would be perfect for them. He's quick development, somebody they need. Defensive tackle with Snacks Harrison, they're going to be gone soon. Isaiah Buggs can fill in great. He's been outstanding, so they need those positions. They need to fill. We can also give them Tariq Cohen, the running back, with Saquon Barkley, who has actually been a little bit of a disappointment so far, not living up to that number 2 pick overall. So they get a guy that can just fill in just like him. Maybe not giving the power. We also help him with cap. We take Nate Solder off of him. That releases about $7 million off the cap, as they were having some massive cap problems. And we only take a 7th-round pick. So I think this works out for both parties. We get the running back we need. They get some positions they need filled. So we're going to try to get this deal done. Let's see if this works. And it does. So welcome to the Baltimore Ravens, Saquon Barkley, the man out of Penn State, number 2 pick overall. I know this is a crazy, huge trade, but as you see, to me, it really did work out for both teams. I mean, even maybe the Giants got more, value overall. They needed it. They needed the cap room, but we bring on Saquon Barkley. This is crazy. But if Tariq Cohen didn't want to be here, you don't need to be here. So we ended up acquiring Saquon Barkley. Huge deal, unbelievable. It is crazy, but we did it. As Christopher Allen, you can see the linebacker Alabama, we ended up trading for him for just a conditional pick. And since Bush is gone, so we needed to bring in somebody, so we're getting a young Christopher Allen. But huge story there. Saquon Barkley now a Baltimore Raven. We have a new running back. I thought Cohen was going to be the guy, but he did not want to be here. So we did what we needed to do. Made a tough decision, but I like the decision because we brought in Saquon Barkley, so it works. So now we head into week number 7 here, about to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who ended up losing a game there to go to 3-2. They were 3-1. You can see their offense, middle of the road, defense, top 10 defense. So this might be the toughest defense we've faced so far this season. as we go into Pittsburgh. It is a road game, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see the rookie Jake Fromm. So interesting bye week, huge trade, and we'll see what it does going forward. But that's going to do it for this one. If you please leave a like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.